Eye for an eye. That's what they say. Have you ever wanted to see an eye bet in a wrestling match? No, me neither. But it happened in 2020 at the horror show Extreme Rules, WWE, and it was awful. This is your weekly wrestling moment with Steve Sanders. I'm Steve Sanders, and we're talking about the Eye for an Eye match from 2020 at the horror show Extreme Rules between Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins. Now, leading up to this match, Seth Rollins had poked Rey Mysterio's eye out on the steel steps for supposedly blind damaging his one eye where he had an eye patch. And then he was the pirate Rey Mysterio, and he had a cutlass, and he led a pirate crew sacking San Diego. No, he didn't do any of that. But that would have been cool. So then Dominic Mysterio came. This is when Dominic Mysterio first came in and started wrestling with Seth Rollins, and he almost got blinded, but he was saved by somebody. I think he was saved by Ray or somebody, or Buddy Rose or Captain Kangaroo. Captain Kangaroo saved him. Captain Kangaroo came back to life and saved Dominic Mysterio for one night. That's certainly what happened. So, anyways, Rey Mysterio and Dominic fought Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy, who was in WWE at the time and decided he didn't hate it yet, in a tag match, and Rey Mysterio and Dom won. And so Rey Mysterio picked an eye for an eye match at Extreme Rules. Now, none of us knew what this meant. And it was revealed that the winner had to pull the opponent's eye out. Now, what does this mean for wrestling? That this is the goofiest shit we've ever seen. Because, I mean, literally, people have had their eye pulled out in wrestling matches. I mean, Vader had his eye pulled out of the socket during his eye come out of the socket during a wrestling match at one point, but his eye was so swollen that it didn't come out that far, and it came back in, and there was an accident. And several other wrestlers have had their eyes come out of the socket, but the socket was swollen because their orbital bone was broken. Never on purpose did anyone ever pull someone's eye out in a wrestling match. That we know of. Well, no one's ever claimed that they purposely pulled someone's eye out during a wrestling match. But someone was going to pull their opponent's eye out during a wrestling match, which I believe would be called assault. In most states. Maybe not in Florida. That may just be called a Tuesday in Florida. So, was the match any good? No. I've successfully watched this match. It was dumb as shit. They just kept going for eye moves. And there are not a lot of eye submissions. There's no like eye grip hold where you could go like, he's got my eye. Most of that shit's illegal. There's no like sleeper hold on the eye. So anyways, the ending came with Seth Rollins poking Rey Mysterio's eye, his bad eye again, into the steel steps and supposedly getting Rey Mysterio's eye out of socket again. Now, there was no blood or gore because WWE was PG. There was, of course, Seth Rollins throwing up because of what he just did. which we haven't seen someone puke on WWE show since Darren Drozdov played puke when he first debuted. And we successfully can say we didn't miss it. But WWE officials and medical team was successfully able to put Rey Mysterio's eye back in socket so well that he wrestled 2 weeks later. What did we learn from this? I'm sure not to do an eye for an eye match again. But the purpose of this match was to write Rey Mysterio off TV. Because his contract was up and he had not signed a new one yet. So they didn't want him on TV. So he was written off TV until he signed a new contract. And then he came back, which was roughly 2 weeks later. And they had to explain how a man who just got his eye ripped out was able to come back with perfect vision 2 weeks later, which they didn't explain. It's just like, oh, our medical team's super geniuses, and we can do this stuff. We've got the greatest medical team in the world. Literally, Dr. House works for us. He said, "Oh, you just pop it back in like this, and you just can reconnect it. It's just like the plug from into an Xbox. You just like plug it in like an extension cord. Just plug the two ends together, and it just works fine after that. Need some place to put your stuff? Don't want to put it on the floor because the cow will tear it up. The dog will pee on it. Get a shelf. Pile it on high. Pile it on low. Put air purifiers on it. Put combs on it. Put candles on it. Put movies on it. Put anything you like on it. Put your dick on it. Put your grandma's ashes on it. Put anything you like on it. It doesn't matter. You can put the dog on it. Get a shelf today.